Good day and welcome to today's episode of What's Trending Today. I'm dropping I think, a number of updates for you today, and of course, we have to follow them back to back to back. I have an interview from someone who is the head of elections of Yaga Africa. Yeah, Paul James. Paul James is the head of election programs, Yaga Africa, and he has come out to really state specifically how wrong INEC went in compiling of the results and in making the credibility of the results believing or what's believing by Nigerians. All right, listen to Paul James as he gives a brief analysis on the outcome of the results by INEC.
There can be electoral reform.
I think I beg to differ with their opinion about this, especially if you look at the kind of input that has been made to the electioneering process and where we are today. The more investment you make into the elections, the more we retrogress. Turnout in this election is just under 27%, the worst in the history of elections. This is also the election that INEC claimed had registered 93 million Nigerians and had distributed 87 million permanent voters card. And then, of course, if you look at also all of the issues, all of the concerns that bedeviled this election to the point that we are today, this is the worst, in my best estimation, about the conduct of elections in Nigeria that we have seen. And we should not be too quick to move away from it as if everything is okay, because it will come to haunt us again in the future. The political class could be claiming victory, be celebrating whatever they think is the norm or the tradition, but this is not standard. This has not, by any standard, followed up or measured up to the electoral integrity test. If you look at it from the conduct of the election management body to the attitude of some of these politicians around the conduct of the election, by every standard, like I said, this election has failed to meet the election integrity test.
Yes, you heard it all there from Paul James. Paul James, I repeat, is the head of election programs, Yaga Africa. Okay, and what he was giving there, from the analysis he was giving us there on Arise News, you will categorically know where he stands. Okay, and the truth remains that Paul James, although a professional in this field, has really taken his time to explain how, to what extent INEC really failed in making the results credible for Nigerian youths and the people of Nigeria, or the good inhabitants of Nigeria, or the good citizens of the country. Yes, it is no longer news that all Nigerians are feeling agitated over this new president, or this new result that has been released by INEC. That notwithstanding, all the other 14 political parties, although there were 18, so all the other 14, aside from those who have really paid allegiance to other political parties, feel cheated, and they feel they will tender a sort of case before the Supreme Court and finish up the electoral process in court. But well, that doesn't really work well all the time, as we know. So in whatever Paul James said, he took his time to analyze critically and tell us the danger that is involved in the final result that was released by INEC. Right, that is that about the electoral process. And of course, as Bola Asiwaju receives his certificate of return, a lot of candidates are running around the clock to gather up evidence and see to it that they really end up with the electoral processes in court. In fact, NNPP, as we speak, the NNPP, the New Nigerian People's Party, are having a meeting in Abuja right now where evidences are being tendered. Okay, and evidences are being tendered for the smooth running of the case, if at all any case be actually existent. That is that. Well, we hope to see the best. Categorically, he is trying to point out at the fact that the election has a conundrum. The election or the election results are actually problem filled and error inclined. Okay, well, that is not the end. Okay, I wanted to really identify with the fact that whatever analysis we're given there were briefly, and they were with the sole aim of stating categorically that everything that Nigerians did on the 25th of the Saturday for February, set aside for the elections, everything Nigerians did went down the drain. Okay, well, it's so sad happening at a time like this. Of course, you could see that INEC has already announced a winner for the presidential elections. Yes, as you can see on your screen, Bola Asiwaju Ahmed Tinibu, the winner of the 2023 presidential elections, is receiving his letter of return.
On your Monday, we shall come.
And that means things have already gone far. Well, cut or no cut, we'll see where this ends all up, or this all ends up, because categorically stating seriously, this this particular election has a lot of evidences of things to look into. Okay, and over time, I hope Nigerians will really find time to put efforts and look into this, especially those who are involved, the authorities who are involved, the judiciary, the legislature, and so on and so forth. A lot of evidences have been tendered, and a lot of things have been said. In fact, there are a lot of evidences that came even before the board, before the election results were being announced. But that wouldn't stop Nigerians, of course, starting from the time of the NSAS down to the times of fuel scarcity and ASU strikes. Nigerians have always tried to struggle, okay? And of course, we're not saying Nigerians are pushing for a revolution this time around, but we all pray that everything all ends well. You all heard it there from Paul James and the way he critically analyzed the whole election results by INEC. Let's hope something better comes on board. From us here, we're drawing the curtain. Peace out.